And for those of you that don't know what that song is from, shame on you. Well, obviously, by the fact that we have the soundtrack from Bill Walsh College Football 95 playing, obviously means it's time for the NCAA regular college football season to kick off once again. And I know, yeah, technically it started last week. They had a game between Cal and Hawaii out in Australia. But I mean, deep down, we all know that the regular season doesn't actually start until the first college football Saturday of the year, which of course is this weekend. But they actually have a couple of games coming up on Thursday and even Friday. A lot of top 25 teams. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm trying to make this a regular, weekly, updated thing that we do here. This may or may not be satire. I'll just kind of run down the slate of top 25 college football games and give you just my general observations and predictions for who I think is going to win. Don't want to put too much time and effort into it, but just enough to kind of go out there and get your ducks in a row if you want to go out there and squander money on it. Not that I encourage that. In fact, I don't. You shouldn't do that. That's bad. That's bad. The government needs that money instead. All right. So first up on Thursday, we got number 19 Louisville taking on Charlotte. Louisville is a 38.5 favorite for that one. Over-under is 57.5. It seems a little bit too high to me. I'll give Louisville this game by 20 points. Just keep the line. Keep the line. Appalachian State against Tennessee. Tennessee is a 20.5 point favorite for this one. Over under is 60.5. Give the points to Tennessee. Take the under. Nothing really see there. Furman against Michigan State. There's no line there, but I would give this one to Michigan State by at least 24. Let's keep the over under about 45. Baylor against Northwestern State. I think Baylor wins this one just barely. It's going to be close. I give them +6, over under 40. I know Baylor's been really, really offense happy, but they're not the same team they were last couple of seasons. Kansas State against Stanford. Stanford's a 14-point favorite. Over under is 48.5. I say go with both of those. That sounds about right. Go with the favorites. And then we hop over to Saturday. Hawaii against Michigan. Michigan is a 40-point favorite. Over-under is 54. Considering how bad Hawaii played against Cal in the opening game, I'm going to have to go with that. That sounds about right. Take the points, take the spread. Actually, I might even go higher on the spread. Make about 60, 65 for the over-under on that one. Take Michigan, don't even bother. Bowling Green against Ohio State. Ohio State's a 28-point favorite, 64 over-under. I think it's a little bit too high. I mean, I still give it to Ohio State, but only give it to them by 14. I'm going to keep it about 40 for the over-under. I don't think it's going to be that high score in the game. Oklahoma against Houston. Houston is an 11.5 underdog and a 67.5 over-under. The first really, really, really competitive matchup we have for this season. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I like keeping the line at about 55 for the over-under, but I'm actually going to go with Oklahoma to win this one by 14 points. So there's that. I'm going to go against the underdog vote there. Rutgers against Washington. Washington's about a 26-point favorite over Rutgers. Over-under is 54. Seems a little bit too high. I'll give Washington plus 18, and I'll keep the over-under. Miami, Ohio against Iowa. Iowa's a 27-point favorite. Over-under is 51. Let's keep the over-under at about 40, and let's give it to Iowa by 10. Southeastern Louisiana against Oklahoma State. Okay, I don't even have a line for this one. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to give it over-under 70. I'm going to give this Oklahoma State by 48. I mean, I know that's probably conservative considering the potent offense there for the Cowboys, but that's just what I'm going with. UCLA against Texas, and Texas A&M is a 3-point favorite, which surprised me because I actually was going to pick that from Upset Special, but looks like CBS is already ahead of me. 53 over-under, A&M's 3-point favorite. I say beef it up. Let's give it to them by 7 points. A&M still wins. LSU against Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a 10-point underdog, 44.5 for the over-under. Let's keep the over-under at 40, and let's give this one to LSU by 14. I know, not exactly me going out there and, playing the underdog like I normally do, but whatever. UC Davis against Oregon, there's no line as of yet, but give it to Oregon, over-under, keep it at 50. Give it to Oregon, 24 points, should not be problematic at all. And here's another game that I wanted to kind of go in there is, okay, we'll skip that one because that's going to be an upset special. We'll save it for the very last. But yeah, Massachusetts against Florida. Florida's a 36.5 favorite with a 50 over-under against Massachusetts. I don't think Florida's going to be anywhere near as good as the team they were last year, but even that seems a little preposterously high. Let's give it to them 18 points for Florida. Let's keep the over-under at 40. I think these lines are way, way too high for college football. Alabama against Southern California. Do you want to click the upset button? No, we don't want to click the upset button. Alabama's going to win this one. They're an 11.5 favorite, but I'm going to give it to them by 18. Over-under 53.5. Let's take it. South Dakota State against TCU. There's no line on that one, but TCU's going to win by a bunch. I'm going to keep the over-under at 70. I'm going to give it to TCU by 45 points. Clemson against Auburn, 62.5 for the over-under, and Auburn is a 7.5 underdog. Not happening. Give it to Clemson, 14 points. Maybe worth your time. We got Notre Dame against Texas, and Texas is a 3.5 point underdog. Over-under 60. I think that's way too high. I want to put the over-under at 40. I'm going to give it to Notre Dame by 10, but just barely. I think Notre Dame is a vastly, vastly overrated team in the preseason, but they'll beat Texas. That's the thing, they haven't rebounded yet. Ole Miss against Florida State. For some reason, well, actually, no, it's not. Florida State, they're 4.5 a favorite. Over-under is 57. That's way too high. I think the over-under is probably going to be about 35, and I got Florida State winning by 6. And now, I know you want it. Flash the graphics up on the screen. Time for my pick. This may or may not be satires. Guaranteed upset of the week. Saturday evening, we got Georgia. We got North Carolina. North Carolina is a 2.5 point underdog. The over-under is 56.5. I'm going to go with North Carolina to win this one by 7 points. Over-under 45. So there you go. Take your kids' college fund out of the bank. Mortgage your house. Pick the Tar Heels to beat the UGA on Saturday, and you'll be in good standing. So anyway, those are my Week 1 NCAA college football predictions. And I'll probably do this for the NFL too, so stay tuned and enjoy your games. Usually we don't really have that many quality games on the first week of the college football season, but this year, surprisingly, there's some decent matchups. And I, for one, happy to have some football back. Sweet, sweet music.